In the first demon world, Majin Ku challenges Tamagami number 1 to battle so to claim his Dragon Ball. As the two begin to fight, Majin Ku uses some unconventional movements that surprise his opponent. Though try as he might, he is unable to gain the upper hand in battle, unable to do any damage even after landing a mouth energy wave at point-blank range. Tamagami number 1 retaliates with a display of speed which Majin Ku cannot keep up with, and so in the end he admits defeat. He apologizes to Dr. Orinsu, who is disappointed in his performance and fires him. Majin Ku tries to keep in her good books, stating that he is a good singer, fast, and would be valuable if he were to be sent out for shopping. Elsewhere, having recovered their plane, Vegeta and others also make the trip over to Sir Warp. Along the way, Bulma admires her soft, healthy skin, which is a positive side effect of being turned back into a child, and wonders if she should stay that way rather than turning back into an adult. Hybis suggests making Bulma his girlfriend, causing Vegeta to quickly jump in to tell him that they are married, and tells Bulma that they will both be turning back into adults together, which Hybis says he only wants to happen because Vegeta must like big boobs. Meanwhile, having reached the Sir Warp in the third demon world, Glorio gives out the pin number allowing travel to the second demon world. Without the burden of the air being heavy, unlike in the previous world, the plane can move faster than before, and Glorio says that they should reach Tamagami number 2 shortly. Suddenly, 5 planes piloted by Gendarmerie appear from behind and begin shooting without warning. Glorio performs evasive maneuvers and attempts to fire back but is not used to aerial combat. So at Goku's request, he opens the back door for him. Using his trusty power pole and his ki attacks, Goku proceeds to take down all the ships in rapid succession. After reboarding the ship, Goku has no opportunity to have a breather as they are next attacked by a behemoth of a creature coming from the sea below, known as a kraken. Using one of its tentacles, the kraken grabs hold of the ship and begins crushing it. Goku, Glorio, Shin, and Panzy rush off the back of the ship to safety. But Panzy urgently turns back around and goes back aboard the ship after realizing that she has forgotten the Dragon Ball. However, after the ship is crushed further, Panzy becomes trapped and unable to escape, and so Goku races back to save her just in the nick of time before the plane is swallowed whole. Satisfied, the Kraken heads back into the ocean's depths. Having to make their way by flight and knowing that Vegeta's group should be arriving soon, they decide to go and wait for their arrival on the Namek of the Demon Realm, which resembles the Namek that Goku is familiar with, but is now completely abandoned after the Namekians escaped many years ago. After becoming hungry, Goku eats one of the Medibugs to restore his stamina and then senses that Vegeta has arrived. Using his instant transmission, Goku teleports to Vegeta just in time to give a warning about the Kraken in the sea and brings them over to Namek. Upon setting foot on Namek, Piccolo takes in his surroundings, finding the place to be pleasant and familiar even though it was his father who once lived there and not himself. Shin explains that due to the Namekians having many unique abilities, thus making them valuable, they were treated as slaves, which is the reason why they escaped sometime afterwards. Bulma asks about Shin and why he too left the demon realm, so he explains his story. Long ago, there was a good supreme demon king who wished to expand the demon realm, so he ordered a super Majin named Rimus to create the many universes who, to this day, is the highest authority in the multiverse. After this, many Majin began to move from the demon realm to live in them. And so Rimus chose a select few members of the Glind race to act as monitors for those universes as the Supreme Kai. At some point later, Abura, a successor to the title of Supreme Demon King, took over, and fearful of threats from the outside world, he had a barrier placed on the Demon Realm tunnel, and the Sir Warp, who were once able to be used freely, now became severely limited. Due to this, many of the Glind, including Shin, revolted against their ruler and escaped from the second demon world to move to the planet Kaishin, not too far from Rimus. Not long after this, Shin was appointed as a Supreme Kai. After Goku points out that the Glind are born from trees, Shin further explains his kind come from 5 Glind trees, but all of them have since died out. With no other reason to stay behind, the remainder of the Glind also moved into the outside world. When Bulma points out that it means that his race will become extinct one day, Shin confirms it. With no reason to go and see his home planet, The extended group boarded the now cramped plane and took off, completely unaware that Neva had been on the planet with them. And that's the end of this episode. If you want to watch more anime explained videos, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, follow our Instagram page and join our WhatsApp group for the latest updates.